Hello everyone, so I'm here today because the shortlist for the Dublin Literary Award was announced today, and I have already had a peek of it, so it's not my first reaction, but still I thought it was a really interesting list and I wanted to talk about it. So there are 6 books in the shortlist and I have read 2 of them. The first one I've read is Paradais by Fernanda Melchor, which is a Mexican author, and this book is kind of stream of consciousness, not really. It's like this block of text kind of book about a woman that is considered a witch, and the people around her have feared her, and so at the beginning we know that she's killed, and we slowly go backwards and find out how she was killed, and it's about the violence against women and the misconceptions of women in society, especially when those women are self-sufficient, independent women. So that's kind of like the idea of the book. I personally found it a little bit difficult to go through and very, very violent. So it's not everyone's cup of tea, but yes, I understand why it has gotten so much praise and why it's in so many lists. The other one that I have read is The Tree by Percival Everett, and I have a review of this one, and this one is about sort of like a mystery in town in the south of the US. There are all these murders happening, and next to the white person that has been murdered there is a very disfigured black man, and he looks a lot like I don't remember the name, but a boy that was killed 100 years before or so, because he was charged for, who was on trial for killing a white woman, I think, and he was lynched to death. And so this boy that looks a lot like that guy appears in all of these murders, and he seems to always disappear from the police premises or the place where the bodies were found, and so there is kind of like a mystery building up of what's going on, and if it's something unnatural or surreal, or it's actually just someone doing this. And again, this one I didn't completely gel with. It has a lot of humor that I didn't think was funny, and I didn't think it was that smart. So yeah, that one was a meh for me. From the ones that I have not read, one of them is Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. I have read All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr before, and I thought it was just okay, so I'm not overly into this book. It seems to be like different years, different realities, kind of interconnected stories. He seems to be into that kind of thing, but yeah, it doesn't sound overly interesting to me. The next one, however, it does sound very interesting. So the next one is M by Kim Thuy, and this is a novel from a Vietnamese refugee in French-speaking Canada, and it's about the Vietnamese War, or how in Vietnam they call it the American War, and it sounds like it plays a lot with form, and it's like very artfully done. It's also very short, so yeah, this one sounds really, really good. I might actually try to get to this one because it does sound very good. The next one is Love Novel by Ivana Sajko, and this sounds like a marriage that is breaking down, and how each gives the blame to the other one, and also it is in Croatia, and I think it's during the communist era, so there is a lot of that involved in the novel, and it has been translated from the Croatian, and I have read quite a few books from that region of Europe in the last months, and I did really like it, so this sounds interesting to me as well. Yeah, I think that will be also very interesting. And then the last one I have not read is Marzahn, Mon Amour by Katja Oskamp. and this was translated from the German by Jo Henrich. So we have a lot of translated books. I think 4 of the 6 were translated, which I like. I'm all for that. And this says, this funny, thoughtful, heartfelt portrayal of a community is observed through the unusual perspective of the Cairo Buddhist kneeling at its feet. So it's narrated by a failed writer that decides to become a podologist or something, and then they reflect over like what people go through and what they see through their feet. And yeah, it's about the smaller moments in life. That's what I get. This one is a maybe. Like if my library had it, I would probably read it, but I'm not sure if I would buy it per se. So that's how I feel about that one. But yeah, like the other 2 I'm really interested in, and yeah, I think it's a very good list. A lot of books that I have heard little about, which always makes me excited. And yeah, I mean, it does sound very good. Like from all the lists that have been coming lately, I think this one for me is the one that sounds the best. So we will see how much I read of it. I'm not sure. I'm trying not to read all the list of all the prizes this year. So yeah, I don't know, but at least M and Love Novel, those sound really good. So I might get to those at some point eventually. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the shortlist of the Dublin Literary Award. I hope you like this video. Let me know what your thoughts on it, if you're planning to read any of them or if you have read any of them. And until next video, bye!